One of the most sought-after men in the world lives here in the little African village of Uwanabaya. It is the famous gallstone specialist and tin flute virtuoso, Dr. Alfred Spritzer.
Hello, folkses.
So expert is Dr. Spritzer that in one afternoon, he can perform 27 gallstone operations.
Next.
And still have time for 3 choruses of Here We Go, Loopy-Loo. For his good works, he has been decorated by the heads of many governments.
And so, Dr. Spritzer, in conferring this award on you, I have one last thing to say.
What's that, Your Majesty?
I've got this funny pain right in through here.
Small wonder, then, that the world was shocked to hear that on his way back to Uwanabaya, Dr. Spritzer's plane had crashed on Gonna Take a Peek.
What crashed? My plane is flying straight and level.
Let that be a lesson, Doctor. Never monkey around with a narrator.
Dr. Spritzer must be found, George. I need a man who knows every foot of Mbwibwi province.
Commissioner, come to right fella.
Do you know every foot of the province, George?
Sure. They're elephant foot, lion foot, antelope foot.
Hoof!
Gesundheit. Leopard foot, out?
Out! Out!
And George hastily set out on his most dangerous assignment, scaling lofty Gonna Take a Peek.
George, was it necessary to bring faithful Shep along?
George need big-nosed doggy to track down lost doctor.
Sooner or later you must face facts, George. Shep is more of the pachyderm persuasion.
Package.
He's an elephant.
Shep, doggy. Watch. Jump over stick, Shep. Nice try, boy.
But as our friends struggled upward, a pair of beady eyes was watching them through a sinister-looking mask. Then the mysterious figure pried loose a giant boulder and sent it hurtling down the path toward them. But the sharp-eyed jungle lord spotted it and uttered his warning cry.
That was a close one, George.
Never fear. George always alert to danger, and... That you, Shep?
Undaunted, our friends continued on, led by faithful Shep and his sensitive snoot. But their mysterious assailant was still present and sprinkling pepper on the trail ahead.
No, Shep! Well, this is a fine mess.
Glad ape like it. Pull, Shep. Go, boy. Other way, boy!
But it takes a lot to discourage men like George. However, at Old Shaky Rope Bridge, a pair of cunning hands were setting fire to the cables in the middle.
Look, bridge being burned by pair of Cunninghams.
That's cunning hands.
Whatever. We must cross before bridge burns.
But that bridge will never hold faithful Shep, George.
Ape right. George have to carry him.
But, oh, never mind. Let's go.
In a trice, Ape had scampered across the burning bridge. George followed more slowly, held back by Shep's enormous weight.
Gotta cut down on those sweet fella.
Then, right in the middle...
Look out!
But the mighty ape man held that span together until faithful Shep got across. Then he let go with his toes and lightly swung to safety. Almost.
You think maybe somebody not want us to find Dr. Spritzer?
Nonsense, George. Everybody wants us to bring back the Uwanabaya duck.
Not quite everybody. For just ahead on the trail, that sinister figure was setting still another trap.
George, what's that on the trail ahead?
Not a head, that a hat.
But as George picked it up...
Mustn't jump up on people, Shep.
This is Dr. Spritzer's hat, George. He can't be far away.
Sure enough, at that moment, our heroes heard...
Come.
Great Juju! That creature has stolen the doctor's tin whistle, too.
Uncoiling his rope of many crazy grasses, the ape man dropped it over the fanciful mask and tugged, revealing...
Who else? Dr. Spritzer himself.
How did you know it was me?
Face not familiar, but George never forget a flute.
But you'll never take me back. Never, never.
But why don't you want to return to Uwanabaya, Doc?
Because this is the first vacation I've had in 10 years. 10 years of looking at gallstones. 10 years of people saying, I got this funny pain right in through here. I couldn't stand it anymore.
Overworked?
Overacted.
And so Dr. Spritzer was returned to his adoring patients on Medicine Avenue. But thanks to George of the Jungle, he now works on gallstones only 50 weeks a year. Then he hops in his plane, flies to Gunna-Take-a-Peak, and crashes for his 2-week vacation.
Just once. Couldn't I land regular? I know. Never fool around with a narrator.
And each year, George of the Jungle rescues him and drags him back to his profession.
Well, Dr. Spritzer, all's well that ends well, right?
I suppose so.
Just one thing. I've got this funny pain right in through here. What'd I say? What'd I say?
Oh, if only you had been with us 5 minutes ago. You would have seen the worst crime in history. As it is, you are only watching the police trying to catch the criminal. There are no clues as to who took the priceless art treasure, the Maltese duck.
What kind of a fiend would steal a statue of a duck?
This kind of fiend. Yes, it was I, the fat man. And now the duck is mine.
May I say, sir, as a criminal, you are just Marvy.
Thank you, Shingles.
You thought of everything, sir.
Yes, I even thought of Super Chicken.
Super Chicken, sir?
Yes, he is the one chicken who could get my duck. But I'll be ready for him when he comes.
And that would be soon indeed, for the mighty chicken was on the case at that very moment.
You think that the fat man stole the Maltese duck, Super Chicken?
I'm positive, Fred.
How do you know?
I found these at the scene of the crime.
What are they?
56 candy bar wrappers.
So?
So we know it wasn't the thin man.
Over the fat man's estate, Super Chicken made his first move.
Hang on, Fred. I'm going to land on the roof.
But the eager chicken overshot his landing and...
So, Super Chicken, at last we meet.
Right, fat man. And you're under arrest for stealing the Maltese duck.
Never.
Though his hat and cape were shot to shreds, the bullets merely bounced off of Super Chicken's super body.
If you really want to get him, you got to use a bigger gun, sir. At least 50 caliber.
Please, Fred. Let him figure these things out for himself.
But before Super Chicken could make his next move, the fat man grabbed the Maltese duck and escaped to the second floor.
After him, Fred.
They headed up the stairs and came to a large door at the top.
Are you in there, fat man?
No.
Darn.
If he's not in there, where could he be, Super Chicken?
Let me think.
If we go inside, we can sit down and think.
Good idea.
Opening the door, they found themselves face to face with the fat man and a fat cannon.
Fat man, I thought you said you weren't in here.
I detest the fibber.
Never mind that. Goodbye, Super Chicken.
Goodbye. He's not going anywhere.
Huh? Watch.
I guess he is at that. Bye, Super Chicken.
The cannonball carried Super Chicken across town and into the bus terminal. 30 minutes later, he was back at the fat man's estate.
Where's the fat man, Fred?
He got away in his jet plane. What kept you?
The crosstown traffic is fierce at this hour. After him.
A short time later, the fat man landed his jet on mysterious Voodoo Island in the Caribbean. He went directly to a friendly neighborhood black magic store.
Give me a Super Chicken voodoo doll.
You want me to wrap it up, or do you want to stick pins in it right here?
Oh, brilliant, sir.
Yes, anything that happens to this doll happens to Super Chicken.
Here he comes now.
Watch this.
Super Chicken, what happened?
I could have sworn I was stuck with a pin.
It works, sir.
Of course it did. Now watch this. Ma.
Ah!
Super Chicken, watch where you're driving.
I can't, Fred. There's something in my eye.
Hopelessly out of control, the Super Coupe dived for the ground and crashed into a palm tree.
So, Fat Man, we meet again.
Yes, but for the last time. Farewell.
Ow! Oh, wait a minute. Let me see you do that again.
Gladly.
Ah!
I just don't understand how that works.
I think I do, Fred. Let me try something.
Ow!
Did that hurt you, Fat Man?
What do you think, Ma?
Why don't you ask me?
All right. Did that hurt the Fat Man, Fred?
How would you like a punch in the beak?
I've got it. That is a Super Chicken voodoo doll. Well, Fat Man, too, can do voodoo.
You two do voodoo. I'm starting my vacation.
Racing through the jungle, Super Chicken went to the nearest black magic store.
Quick, give me a Fat Man voodoo doll.
Right. Can I sell you a box of pins?
No, I've got bigger plans than that.
Taking the Fat Man doll, Super Chicken returned through the jungle.
Two can play at that game, Fat Man. Take this.
Ouch! Take this yourself.
Oh, you want to play rough, eh?
Anything you say, Super Chicken.
With that, the two opponents flailed away at each other's dolls.
Oh. Oh.
2,000 miles we traveled so he can play with dollies.
But finally, the mighty bird unloosed his famous under-over uppercut.
No fair. I'm on vacation.
The mighty chicken had done it again, and he headed for home to return the precious Maltese duck and placed the Fat Man in a thin jail.
Another Super Chicken voodoo doll, sir?
No, they were out of Super Chickens, so I got a Fred doll. Just a little something to pass the time on the flight home.
So, when you hear that cry in the sky,
Ow!
you'll know it's Super Chicken saying,
You knew the job was dangerous when you took it, Fred.
Yes, I get the point. Yow!
Tom Slick, let me tell you why he's the best of all good guys. Tom Slick, in the Thunderbolt we slapper once he's on your tail. He won't quit because you know there's no such word as fail to Tom Slick.
It is the annual cross-country road race from Muncie, Indiana to Pittsburgh, VA. Our two finalists will compete for this magnificent trophy, known familiarly to the racing gentry as the Muncie to Pittsburgh Trophy. Here is the ever-popular speed jockey and Eagle Scout, Tom Slick.
Yay!
Approaching him is his opponent, that twisted evil genius and fussy eater, Baron Automatic.
Boo!
I have come to wish you good luck in today's race, Tom Slick.
Why, that's very sporting of you, Baron.
And to show you I mean it, I want you to have my very own monogrammed road map on heavy vellum paper, suitable for framing.
Oh.
And now, goodbye, Tom Slick.
Quick, count your fingers, Tom boy.
2, 3, 4. Good heavens. Oh, there it is.
Baron, have you really changed your evil ways? I didn't think so. That was a phony map, right?
Correct, Clutcher. If Tom Slick follows that map, he will wind up in Glendale, California.
Sheesh. A fate worse than death, Master. Why are you so mean to Tom Slick?
Because I cannot stand his sportier-than-thou attitude. The cars are lining up for the start.
Isn't the Baron facing in the wrong direction, Tom?
According to this map, he is.
Hot diggies, we got an edge for once.
By Gertie, I must warn him.
Oh, Tom, you're all heart.
And no head.
Sir, you are facing in the wrong direction to go to Pittsburgh. Poor misguided soul just wouldn't listen.
Are you hurt, Tom?
Just a little tired, Marigold.
Yes, I can see the tracks.
And Tom Slick starts off in the opposite direction.
Well, girls, we're off to Pittsburgh.
What's so great about going to Pittsburgh?
Well, for one thing, it gets you out of Muncie.
I'll buy that.
But, Tom, all the road signs say Glendale. None of them say Pittsburgh.
You know, I'll bet the Baron has changed all the road signs. Lucky we've got this map.
Now 3 days have elapsed, and the Baron is already on the cloverleaf leading to the stretch run to Pittsburgh.
Rock almighty, Baron. A hitchhiker.
Good.
Why did you run over him?
I don't know, Clutcher. I'm just happy, I guess.
Meanwhile, in the boondocks of Arizona,
Tom, I don't remember any deserts between Muncie and Pittsburgh.
It's right there on the map, Marigold. See? The Ohio Desert.
Then who are them fellas in the war paint?
Duck girls, they must be the Cleveland Indians.
but all was not peaches and cream for the Baron either.
Master, we're going in circles on this cloverleaf intersection.
That's bad news, Clutcher. And you know how I hate to get bad news.
Sorry, Master.
Yes, a fast-growing catalpa tree had obscured the Pittsburgh turnout sign. The Baron seems doomed to follow that cloverleaf forever. But what about Tom?
You can come out now, girls. I think we've outdistanced them.
You mean those Cleveland Indians missed us completely?
Yes, I think I've just driven my first no-hitter.
And there's the state line just ahead.
Pennsylvania?
California.
But it can't be. What does that sign say?
Help keep our state green and golden. Bring money.
That's California, all righty.
Then the Baron's map is no good at all.
It's suitable for framing.
It is?
It sure framed us.
Hang on, girls. We may still have an outside chance.
And ignoring the road, Tom sends the Thunderbolt grease slapper on a cross-country beeline for Pittsburgh.
Why don't we call it quits, Tom?
There's no such word as quit in racing, Marigold.
Couldn't we make one up?
But back at the cloverleaf, a sudden cold snap causes the catalpa leaves to fall and...
Pittsburgh, 10 miles, at last.
Poor Tom, he has to make it clear across the country.
At this moment, Tom Slick is probably being inspected for fruit flies at the California state line.
Then who is that coming up behind us?
Oh, no matter. It's Tom Slick.
Yay!
Why don't we take the highway, Tom?
Because it's 5 o'clock on Friday afternoon, Marigold.
The Baron is held up in a monstrous traffic jam. We still have a chance.
Just goes to show what grit will do, Marigold.
There's no such word as grit in racing.
That's quit.
Oh.
Yes, it looks like Tom is a sure winner.
Tom, the finish line is just ahead.
That's a red light, Marigold. Your honest road racer abides by the law.
But your crooked road racer wins the race, Tom Slick.
The Baron has just gone through the red light. He is approaching the finish line, but what's this? He is going to get a ticket.
Hurry, hurry!
The light turns green. At a law-abiding 15 miles an hour, Tom Slick wins.
Yay! Thanks, local police supporters, and thanks, Marigold and Gertie. Where is Gertie?
The name is Automatic. Baron Automatic. B-A-R-O-N.
B-A-R-O-N. How do you make a B?